Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my channel. This is my third video on SAT style questions, and if you're currently studying for the SATs, no matter where you are in the world, I wish you all the very best. So in this particular video, we have the question: Emma bought a new phone 2 years ago for $1,000. If the phone value decreased by 10% each year, how much is it worth now? From looking at the question, you know you're dealing with question that involves percentages, which is basically decreased by 10%, right? And you've been given an amount and you're asked to solve for the price of the phone 2 years after it was bought, if since the phone decreased by 10% each year. So basically, what is it worth now? If every single year since 2 years ago that it's been decreasing by 10%. I hope my grammar is not super weird, but I think you get the point. So we're going to start with the solution. The first thing you have to understand is we're dealing with trying to determine the amount something is worth after it has been decreased by 10% each year, and we're dealing with 2 years. So the first year, if you want to calculate the the decrease, so first year 10% decrease, right? Initial amount AMT is $1,000. So 10%, okay, of $1,000 is the same thing as $100, and that was what it was decreased by. So it's not like as if our answer is $100. That's not the new value. That was what it was decreased by. So hence, what we have to do in order for us to solve what the actual value is that we have to take the initial amount of $1,000 minus how much it was decreased by, so we can get the amount of the first year. So minus $100, and what we end up is $900. Now to go on to the second year, it said it was decreased by 10% each year. So we have another 10% decrease, since each year that was the decrease amount or decrease percentages. So we have 10% of the newer amount. And what did we get our newer amount to be from the first solution, or first part of the solution? We got that to be 900. So we're going to be working on with 10% of the current amount after the first year, 900, and we solve that and we end up with $90. So that means it was decreased by $90 after the second year, but that is not our actual value. So we end up with this here. We have the value after the first year, 900. Remember, it's decreasing and then it decreasing again, minus the how much value was decreased by 10% of 900, so 90. So our answer will be 900 minus 90. That is equivalent to $810. That is literally the answer. So our answer here is $810. This is now what is worth. And notice something. For us to know what it is decreased by, we know it's decreased by $100 at first, after the first year. That's with the value, and then it's decreased by a value of $90. But that does not mean that that is what it is worth. So for example, if you have 50 pineapples and you hear my pineapples was decreased by 50%. So 50% of 50 is basically 25. So what you end up with, actually that's a bad example. Say you have 50 oranges and you're told that it was decreased by 10%, right? 10% of 50 is 5. So even though your oranges decreased by 5, you still have 45 more oranges. So that's the amount you have. So what we're solving for is the amount. We're not solving for how much it was decreased by. And the actual amount now, the worth of the phone after 2 years is 810, not 90, but 810. So that is our answer. So that's it. Now, this is one way to solve it. Another quicker way to solve this, especially for students who have a stronger math background, I would advise that when you solve more of these problems on SATs, just to save time, it's important for you to know tips and tricks. So you have the solution type 2 for other students, but of course anyone can learn. So we heard that it decreased by 10%, right? Decreased by 10% is also in percentages. When you hear something is decreased by 10%, that means that it is 90% of initial amount. So it's not going to be 10% and then might take away the new amounts but you reduced by from the initial. Just say 90% of initial amount. For example, if you're told something decreases by 20%, that means it is 80% of the initial amount. If they say something increased, and this is like for percentages style questions, right? If you hear something is increased by 10%, guess what? You're gonna do 110 over 100, right, of initial amount, or 1.1 of the initial amount. So that is just what it is. So you can already guess what this is, right? So 10% decrease of the initial amount is the same thing as saying 90% of the initial amount, which is just going to be 1,000. So that will be cancel. 90 times 10, that's 900. So that's it. That's 10%. So this is for the first year. Now the second year is going to be this new value, this new worth right here, right? So the second year, that's going to be another 10% decrease, right? Another 10% decrease is the same as saying 90% of 900. So 90% times of 900, because we're trying to that's the first year we get the value of 900. Now we're decreasing from the first year, so that's 90% of 900. That's how you solve this. So cancel. So that will be 9 times 90. So 9 times 9 is 81, and we have a 0. So that will be $810. This is the other way for you to solve this question. Hopefully this eases your fears with some understanding, eases your fears so that you can have better understanding of percentages and math question. So this is of course an easy SAT problem. More problems would help you in understanding this. So the first way to solve it is what I did the first time. Another way to solve it is this way. Any way is good. Whichever way is faster for you and how your brain works is when I would advise you to do, since you don't usually have that much time on your hands in an exam. So, but I do wish you guys all the very best. Make sure you continue on with this series of solving SAT style questions with me, and I wish you guys all the very best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.